about bigger is better. You know, more system. We kind of talked about it earlier. Like, is more system going to solve the problem? Some people seem to think that's the solution. Just put more system at it.
Sure.
Add a ton, add 2 tons, then it'll work better.
Well, and if your system's leaking air everywhere, then bigger is almost necessary. But what are the drawbacks? I always like to look at the pros and the cons. What are the drawbacks to a bigger system? If you really only needed 3 or 4 tons, and go with that big 5-ton, what is that doing?
More expensive.
It's more expensive up front, right? It's
And
gonna
to
be
run.
more expensive to operate on a regular basis.
It's
What
harder
about
it's harder on the equipment.
it's harder on the equipment, but it's also it's gonna accomplish its job really quickly, right? And in our beautiful lakes area, we have a lot of humidity here. So what does that leave us?
All that humidity.
All that humidity.
Yeah. If you put in too large of a system, you end up with a high humidity house with low temperature. So when I go to a home and I visit with customers, and I generally ask, or I can generally tell when I walk in, what the temperature is inside the home. And I have customers that have said, I keep it 68 degrees in my house in the summer months. For me, immediately, bells are going off. We've got a problem here. They're running 68 degrees, probably not because it's comfortable for them, but because their system is so grossly oversized that they have to turn it down to that number to get the system to run long enough to get the humidity out. And that's the way they combat that. Is they're but then they'll move to the next house and they do the same thing. And until you've been in a house where you can actually control the humidity and the temperature, it's a game changer.
You don't know how comfortable you can be.
You don't know. Yeah, you can be 75 degrees in the house and feel way more comfortable than you ever did in your last house at 68 degrees because you can control the humidity. So bigger is not better in this game.